Welcome to the KEP Knowledge English Podcast. I'm your host, James Rivers, and I'm thrilled to have you join us on this journey of learning and discovery.
And I'm Sophia Wells. Whether you're looking to improve your English skills or dive into insightful discussions on a range of topics, you're in the right place.
Here on KEP, we explore everything from language learning tips to thought provoking conversations that will challenge your perspective and expand your knowledge.
Each episode will bring you fresh insights, practical advice, and a little bit of fun along the way. So grab your headphones and let's get started.
This is KEP Knowledge English Podcast. Let's dive in. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode. It's that time again, where we bring you heartfelt moments and some pretty great wisdom. Yes, even on those days when you feel like you've totally messed up. For all our new listeners out there, welcome to the podcast.
That's right. And to all our regular listeners, we hope your week has been full of learning, whether it's from big wins or, those stupid moments. We've all been there, haven't we, James?
Absolutely. And let's just dive right into something I've been thinking a lot about. How those stupid moments in life, the ones where we feel totally lost or embarrassed, are actually, well, kind of awesome.
Wait, stupid moments? You mean like when I forget my keys in the fridge? Or when I try to speak French and end up ordering 10 croissants instead of just one?
Exactly. We all have those moments, right? The ones that make us go, what was I thinking? But here's the kicker, they're actually crucial to our growth. The moments where we fumble, we struggle, and we mess up. Those are the golden opportunities to level up in life.
It's so true. I used to be afraid of looking dumb in front of people, but after a few, let's say, learning opportunities, I realized if I never made mistakes, how would I ever get better? I mean, think about it. What's the alternative? Never trying, just staying comfortable in that bubble of not making any mistakes? No way. That's not how we grow.
Right? It's like this. Think about how we learn a new language. Anyone who's tried to speak a foreign language knows getting the words wrong in front of people is embarrassing. I remember when I first tried to speak Spanish. I sounded like a telenovela villain. I was dramatically stumbling through sentences, mixing up words, and honestly, I thought I was totally bombing it. But you know what? I learned way more from those awkward moments than from memorizing vocabulary alone. It was in those moments of failure that I realized what I really didn't understand and what I needed to focus on next.
Oh, I can totally relate. I tried learning Spanish too, and trust me, I had plenty of those stupid moments. The first time I tried ordering food in Spanish, I completely butchered the phrase, and the waiter just stared at me like I had two heads. But here's the magic. Each time I struggled, my brain started connecting the dots. I wasn't just memorizing words, I was actively using them, figuring out how sentences worked, how the language flowed. My brain had to find solutions. And even though I was fumbling, something clicked each time. It's like training a muscle. Sometimes you got to stretch it beyond its limits to make it stronger.
Bingo. And that's the power of failure. It gets your brain working overtime. So let's dive into this idea a bit more. When we fail or stumble, it's like our brain switches into overdrive. It starts making connections it wouldn't have otherwise. Think about it. When you're pushed into a tough spot where there's no easy way out, your mind has to adapt to get creative. That's when the real learning happens, when you have to come up with solutions on the fly. Those stupid moments are where your brain makes all those vital links between theory and practice. It's uncomfortable, sure, but the growth that comes from it is invaluable.
Yeah, I remember one time I was at a party and I had to introduce myself in Italian. I'd barely learned any phrases, and you know what? I just went for it, and it was a disaster. But the key thing was I didn't let that stop me. I immediately realized, okay, I need to get better at speaking quickly in real situations. That forced me to pay attention to how native speakers responded, how they adjusted their tone, their speed, and how they reacted to my mistakes. And you know what? By the next time, I wasn't perfect, but I was way more confident and much more connected to the language.
See, that's the beauty of those moments. The more you face them, the more you realize failure isn't the end. It's a step forward, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. And here's the secret. Once your brain starts to make those connections, it gets easier. You start to develop an internal compass that guides you, kind of like building muscle memory. The more you push through those tough moments, the more you realize you're actually improving. It's like having a conversation with your brain, and it finally starts responding in ways that make sense.
Ooh, I like that. It's like when you have no safety net and you're forced to speak up in front of an audience. Yeah, it feels awful at first, but that's when you make the most progress. I remember this one time I was speaking in a public event and I froze, completely blanked on my speech. But by the end of the event, I was thinking so much faster than I had before. It felt like my brain was flexing, like I was lifting weights for my mind.
Such a great way to put it. And if you keep putting yourself in those situations, the progress speeds up. Think about it. Every time you step up to the plate, every time you fall on your face, you're conditioning yourself to handle it better next time. Eventually, you get smoother, more confident, more you in any situation.
Exactly. So, James, let's talk about those stupid moments in everyday life because let's face it, we all have them. Like, what's one personal moment that you've had where you felt, well, kind of dumb, but it helped you grow?
I have plenty of those, trust me. But one that stands out was when I first tried cooking a fancy dinner. I swear I looked at the recipe and it made sense until I ended up with a kitchen disaster. I burned the main dish and the dessert was a total flop. But you know what? I've been cooking so much better since then. It was a mess, but I learned to adapt, figure out what went wrong, and try again.
That's so relatable. But here's the thing, those embarrassing mistakes, they teach you more than the perfect moments ever will. Every time you trip up, you get better. It's like riding a bike. You're going to fall a few times, but the next time, you're rolling with more confidence. And those falls, they're actually just part of the process. Without them, we wouldn't learn how to balance and ride smoothly.
And it's that exact confidence that leads to mastery. In fact, I think the reason why some people are so good at public speaking or performing is because they've learned to embrace those awkward, dumb moments. They've gotten used to the feeling of stumbling, but instead of stopping, they keep going. They know that failure doesn't define them. It just means they're getting closer to where they want to be. The more they fail, the more they grow. It's like a muscle that gets stronger with each rep.
Preach. James, and just think, you've never been to a presentation where the speaker didn't flub a word or two, right? It happens to everyone. But here's the thing, those small mistakes are what make them human. It's the imperfection that makes them more relatable and interesting to listen to. No one likes a robot, right? It's the realness that resonates, that connection we feel when we see someone not afraid to make mistakes.
That's right. And what I find interesting is that the best speakers, the ones who truly engage you, often don't have a script or perfect slides. They're speaking from experience, from those messy moments. They've learned to embrace the messiness, and that's what makes them so engaging. It's like they're telling a story, not just presenting facts. That authenticity grabs your attention and holds it. Okay, here's the takeaway for all of you listening today. Don't shy away from the stupid moments. Embrace them. They're stepping stones to your growth. Whether it's learning a language, trying a new skill, or just figuring out how to navigate life, those moments are where the real learning happens.
So, next time you feel like you've done something silly, remember, it's not dumb. It's part of the journey. And hey, if you keep pushing through those moments, you'll find yourself learning and growing faster than you ever imagined.
And that's what we've got for you today. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, the stupid moments are not to be feared, they're to be celebrated.
Absolutely. And next time, we'll dive into more of those life lessons that come from the most unexpected places. So until then, keep embracing the learning process and have fun with it.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Catch you next time on my channel. Same time, same place.